The ChikWauk Museum and Nature Center is a gem on the Gunflint Trail. It is set in the wilderness on Lake Saginaw in northern Minnesota, and it's about an hour from the nearest town, which would be Grand Marais. ChikWauk is a place you can bring your family to hike, explore, check out the museum. They often have activities for families and kids at the nature center. They have a boathouse display. You can see old boats and canoes. They have a preserved cabin from a resort that was in this area a long time ago. This is not sponsored content. I really just want more people to know about this place. Buildings are open seasonally, usually sometime in May to sometime in October. Jess and I are heading to the ChikWauk Museum and Nature Center, which is just down the road from here. They have a lot of hiking and they have like a little museum, and it's kind of just a cool setting. We were thinking hiking, but I think we're just gonna check out the museum and then go into town and do some things in Grand Marais today. We made it. This is such a pretty setting. I'm gonna show you one of the maps here. This is kind of a map of the property where you come in, and then we drove past this building and we are up here where they have like the museum and a dock. When we showed up at ChikWauk, we did not have anything planned, but I had my camera and my GoPro out. We ran into one of the volunteers, Mark, and he decided to give us a grand tour and show us everything behind the scenes so that we could share it with you. We felt so lucky to have this experience and to learn even more about this place than I have on previous visits. This is beautiful.
So this is a cabin that is American style 1950. So you're stepping back in time. The view out the porch is spectacular. This was on the original site of a cabin at ChikWauk Resort, which started in 1930 on the Gunflint Trail. We took possession of the land from the Forest Service to start the Historical Society, and one of the things they wanted to do is create what it was like to come here. So American style means you got your food from the main lodge, and this was a place you would sleep. And it was primarily a fishing resort in the early days. I like to come here and just hang out.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
On the porch. Spectacular. But let's go inside if we can.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you've got water views almost 180 degrees around your cabin. Wood stove for those cool spring or fall nights. Some wicker chairs that are ancient. A diamond willow bed, which is hand carved. This is our official restroom, which has got a pitcher of water and a bowl. How you would brush your teeth and do everything, and somebody I think would come and maybe empty the wastewater. And there were outhouses at the time, of course, no showers. And one other cool thing here is this is a hand-carved item from one of the old codgers of the Gunflint Trail. Billy Needham was his name. And then you got your kerosene lantern right here. And a story about kerosene lanterns is this resort was built, the main lodge was built in 1930, and it was set to open the next day, and a dog wagged his tail and knocked over a kerosene lamp, and the lodge burnt to the ground the day before opening.
Wow.
And so they rebuilt the lodge out of stone, and smart, not as fireman. So I give them a lot of credit. That would take, you might just throw up your hands and say, I quit. But they said, no, we're committed. And they rebuilt the lodge. And it ran from roughly 1930 to 1978-ish, 9-ish, when it was sold to the Forest Service. Gunflint Trail Historical Society kind of said, well, we'd like a museum, and why don't we do that? And they came in about 2010 and approached the Forest Service. So we have a collaborative relationship with the Forest Service. They've been wonderful to work with. So it's actually their property, and some of these, like this is the Historical Society's buildings.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome how that works out.
Let's look at the Trapper Shack.
Okay.
To this day, we have no running water on the campus at all.
Oh, wow.
We still have outhouses. One of my jobs today is to get water for our drinking area.
So this is the original lodge?
This is the original lodge. This is where you would take your meals, check in. Everything would happen here. And so it's our museum now, and I'm always impressed. We're 60 miles from Grand Marais, and we have over 9,000 visitors a year that come here.
Wow.
And from all over the U.S. And other countries. And I'm always humbled that they do, it's a 120-mile round trip to town. And they're coming here to see us. What I love, though, is often I get the response when people are getting ready to leave is, that was a lot more than I was expecting. Because we've got 5 buildings to see. You literally could spend, several days, exploring and seeing things. So we're gonna walk down to the Trapper Shack here, right down here. This is our newest exhibit. We built these last summer. This is a major project. And then right out here, we put out a loon's nest this year. That white thing is a loon's nest. And we had a mama and a papa loon. We put it in the day after the ice went out on the lake. And almost immediately, within a day or two, there was two loons that had 2 eggs. They're big eggs, about that size. They hatched, and we see them. They both survived. The loon's nest was built by some kids from Shakopee, Minnesota, high school kids, and it's got netting over the top, and you need that so that eagles don't go after the eggs. And then you think, oh, it's a nice nest. They will just hang out there for weeks. As soon as the baby loons are born, they're off the nest and in the water, like the day of.
Wow.
And mostly riding on their parents' back.
Wow.
So pretty cool. So this is our Trapper Shack. Again, it's set up as just what you might expect somebody to have out in the woods somewhere back in historical time. It's got a airtight stove, that's called, right in the corner there to get a little bit of heat going. You'd probably have some moss on your bed to sleep on, and then your traps, and perhaps some hanging skins there. So pretty basic, cool. Pretty simple. A few food items in there, but not much else. So I always like to it's kind of cool. If you sit, watch your head though. You didn't want a lot of extra
space to heat.
Yeah. you'd play your cards, and then I like just looking out the window. That's
This
the Trapper
is
Shack.
so cool.
I know, isn't it?
That's crazy that this is here.
Yeah, we really wanted to get that stove, and then we got that. I think we got that from somebody in Thunder Bay, because that is what they. This is exactly what they used.
Would they share this with other trappers, or
Potentially, if they had a
private?
relation, it's pretty private. You
Yeah.
know, you have your trap line, and it was a little bit competitive.
Yeah.
You didn't want the secret, spots to, be known to many people. But if you had a really good friend,
Maybe
and
it was shared.
maybe had to go somewhere,
Yeah.
and couldn't, because with a trap line you have to check it every couple days. You can't just leave it, and so maybe they had a friend that would come in and
Sure.
run their trap line for them while they were
Yeah.
down in Florida. Or something. I don't think so. So this is ChikWauk Museum and Nature Center. The Anishinaabe pronunciation spelling ChikWauk is below there. It has been in operation for since about 1930, and it is now a museum. The main lodge is. It used to serve meals, but now it's been turned into a museum.
Hello. So this is where there are kid activities more?
Activities, adult activities, learn about the natural history of the area. You can come in.
Peek inside.
Yeah. Hey Caroline, we're gonna peek inside real quick. Yeah, and every Tuesday is Kids Day, so we've got extra activities set up for Kids Day.
This is awesome.
Yeah. So cool. So wood carving life size.
This is the kind of museum that you want to bring your kids to for sure. They have a lot of cool kid things and trails outside to check out, and it's just pretty in general, but they definitely cater to the kids. And Tuesday is Kids Day, but are there activities on days that are not Tuesdays?
Yes, there's
Okay.
fun activities in here every day.
Okay. Watercraft exhibit.
Oh, we gotta dress up like Voyagers here.
How do we dress up like Voyagers?
Look at in the back.
What? We can actually dress up like Voyagers?
Yeah.
Okay, we should do
Yeah,
that.
we will.
I couldn't imagine.
I know. She is huge. A nice little backing.
That is beautiful.
This red one is Justine's canoe.
Yes. Oh, tell us about it.
So, this boat is Justine Kerfoot's canoe. Justine Kerfoot opened up Gunflint Lodge back in 1929. And so she got this canoe right around then and learned from her Native American neighbors how to paddle. And she used this boat up until her 80s, 90s, until she couldn't really paddle around anymore. But it is a canvas back canoe, so it holds on water. So at dry, it's about 64 pounds, but through most of the year, it's going to actually weigh more because it'll hold on to some of that water in the canvas until it like totally dries, but it takes a long time to totally dry. You have to go down with your car, which my cars look like this, and attach it onto your car, drive up to Grimray, and then take the crazy bumpy dirt road up to
I like the one on the
this
side.
one definitely.
Especially.
Yes. I mean, you could get 3 on there if you want. You'd have to like crawl in through the side windows, and they're kind of confusing.
Yeah.
But they're just a legging, and then you like tie this around.